Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. So I'm actually have to go to work here really soon, but I wanted to make this video to declare my TBR for the hashtag Make Your Myth Taker readathon put on by A Frolic Through Fiction, which I will link her announcement video in the description box below. Come here. Hold on one second. And again, Jellybean wants to be a part of this video, so we're gonna let him stop that. Alright, so I am going after 3 different careers. I want to be a royal spy, a pirate, and an assassin. So that's pretty bold. That's a lot. But let's start with the royal spy. And the first prompt was something you heard good things about. So that is The Good Daughter by Karen Slaughter. It is a scary book, kind of about these 2 girls are forced into the woods at gunpoint. One runs for her life, and the other one, I don't think she makes it out alive. One is left behind, that's all it says. So I'm really excited, but I'm also really nervous because look at that. How thick that is. It is like 641 pages. That's just, whew. I typically don't read big books. That's something that will actually be on my 2021 goals for next year. So I have 6 months to avoid them, like the plague. Well, except for this one. Then the next prompt was read a book with royal colors on the cover, which are red, purple, or gold. And hold on, do this. You also, for this particular readathon, you have to read them in order that you announce. So I have to start with The Good Daughter, and then I have to go to Dead Until Dark by Charlene Harris. And this one is what eventually became True Blood, and that is literally the only thing that I know about it. Then I have a secret book for my next prompt because, yeah, I was going down the royal court, so it's just a secret book. I can't talk about it. And the next one for royal spy is an underhyped book, and this one is coming out next month, so it's an arc, but I haven't heard anyone talk about it, which usually by this time, if a new release is coming out that people are excited about, everyone is talking about it, but literally no one is talking about this one. And that is The Safe Place by Anna Downs. This I got from the publisher in exchange for an honest review. It's like a thriller, psychological thriller, I think. So it's no phones, no outsiders, no escape. This girl is on, she's having bad luck in life. She's down in the dumps, and then she gets a job as basically like a house sitter on this island type thing at this couple's vacation home, and she has to take care of the house and the kid and kind of just take care of everything, but she gets paid really well. And then she starts having like times when she doesn't remember things, and she feels like she's going crazy, but is it that she's going crazy, or is there something more sinister at play? So I'm excited for that thriller. If you're new to this channel, then you would know, that you should know that I've been on a thriller kick, so I like my thrillers right now. Alright, Jelly Bean. And then the next one is for the pirate career. Alright, so for my pirate career, I actually am starting on the Exile career, with the first 2 prompts being a banned book, which is Brave New World by Aldous Huxley, which is a classic that kind of started the whole dystopian type books, in my opinion. I've never read it, and it is described more as a utopia, but because utopias don't really exist, sorry to break that news to you, but since they don't really exist, this is kind of the first dystopian book that I could find, and I'm trying to read more classics this year. I think I'm doing a really good job, as I've read quite a few. But the thing is that I don't tend to go for classics, and then when I read them, I only give them 2 or 3 stars. So they're only like average reads at best, but I have faith in this one being better than a 2 or 3 star. I'm hoping. And then the next one is a book with a dark cover, and for that I picked The Road by Cormac McCarthy, and this is another dystopian. I think it's post-apocalyptical, honestly. I don't know. Okay, it just says, oh yeah, the Syrian post-apocalyptical novel, destined to become Cormac McCarthy's masterpiece. The Road is the profoundly moving story of a journey. So it follows a father-son duo, which I've never seen in like a dystopian or post-apocalyptical. Well, I guess that's not entirely true. I used to watch The Walking Dead, and that had Rick Grimes and Carl. But I don't know, I feel like that one's a little bit different. So that one is my second one. And I actually have a plan for these first 3 books on this particular section to become a pirate. So the next one, I'm going to go rogue. And I am going for a book that has a journey involved, and that is Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. And yet another dystopian type book where the year is like 2045, and that is what the world looks like with all the crazy stacks of houses. Each stack is a different house. So that is interesting. Like, there's so many different, you see that 1, 2, 3, 4, like 4 different houses right there just at the top. So that's interesting, but it's like this virtual reality, which kind of scares me, especially in the world we're living in right now, like how we can't really go anywhere. We're not allowed to. So it makes me think, what if this is closer than we think, where we live in a virtual reality, and then the guy who created the Oasis in the virtual reality died, and he didn't have anyone to inherit his business or his money or anything. So now there's like a competition to kind of see who gets it. He's hidden it somewhere in the Oasis, but the Oasis is huge. So this is basically about the players competing to try and find it. And I think that a few years goes by and they kind of give up on it, except for Ready Player One. So I actually do have, hopefully, something fun going on when I read these three. I hope we will see, so I'm not going to promise anything, but if it happens, I'm going to be so happy. And then the last one was a bargain book, and that is How to Love by Katie Cantogno. I've actually read part of this, and then, the reading slumps happened, and it's been a couple months since I picked it up. But this book was free. One of my friends gave it to me. So I thought, what's more bargainous than free? Bargainous. What's more of a bargain than free? Nothing. So, yeah. And then our last career. You're okay. Hold on. So our last career, he's just chilling, is an assassin. And the first prompt. Alright, so the first book is actually under the knight. So I'm gonna train to be a knight. And the first prompt for that is favorite author. So this actually came off and I was kind of disappointed, but it's okay. It's Dean Koontz. He is one of my favorite authors, and now I have a ton of backlog of his titles that I haven't read yet, so I thought I would continue that. Honestly, my hubby picked it for this month, but since Dean Koontz is one of my favorite authors, I'm going to read The Key to Midnight. And oh, okay. So this about this woman, Joanna, who moved to Japan to be like a Japanese, to work in a Japanese nightclub as a singer. And this guy comes in and he recognizes her as a senator's daughter who's been kidnapped like 10 years before that. But she can't remember anything before 10 years ago. So that's crazy. And that just sounds interesting. So I want to see what happens. And then the next one is also from the Knight career. Let's see. Alright. So the next one is still on the Knight one. So this one I might be cheating like a little bit because the prompt is a weapon on the cover. I don't think it's that much of a cheat, but I'm picking, and then there were 4 by Nancy Berlin, and there's candles on the cover, which I was talking more about the fire, the flame of the candle can be used as a weapon if you wanted to. I mean, you could start a fire with the flames, or there's smoke, which not this kind of smoke, but if you inhale a lot of smoke, it's really bad for you. And I mean, you could burn someone with candles. You don't see it happen a lot, but it could. So I'm counting it. And then the next, and then I'm going to Rogue. to become an assassin. And the first prompt is another secret book, so I can't show you what it is. And then the last prompt for an assassin is a quick read. So I pick The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho, which is another classic. So what? That's 2 classics. That's a lot of classics for me in 1 month. But this one is only 182 pages. And usually they try and write like really small. These are not too small, you know, they're like average. And really, I don't know anything about this book. I think it takes place in Spain, I believe. But really, that's all I know. It says to realize one's destiny is a person's only obligation. So, thank you for hanging out with me. And if you're going to participate in the Make Your Myth Taker readathon, post in the comments below your TBR. I would love to see that. Even if you're not going to participate, tell me what your TBR looks like for the month. And then this little guy has just been sitting here chilling with us today. This is Jelly Bean, if you missed it in my last videos. I honestly don't know why he likes sitting out here with me, but he loves it, so that's cool. But now he's going to stare at me. Do you see that? He's just staring at me. You want to say goodbye? Want to say bye, bud? It's like holding my hand, holding my arm down. You see that, guys? But thanks for hanging out, and we will see you next time. And I hope you are having a good June. And please like and subscribe to me. We talk about bookish stuff on Mondays and Fridays, and lately it's been more than that, but I'm not going to promise any more besides Mondays and Fridays. So thanks, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.